Hi students, welcome to part 2 of Kathmandu. Yesterday, in your previous part, I taught you about a corpse. Corpse means dead body and cremated. Cremated means to burn something to ashes. A corpse is being cremated on its banks. Corpse, dead body. A dead body is being cremated. Being cremated means a dead body is being uh, to burn something to ashes. The dead body is being burnt to ashes. Generally, in our Hindu religion, what do they do when a person dies? That dead body, we have to call it as a corpse. That corpse or dead body is being cremated. Here cremated means they must be burned into ashes. For that, to burn those dead bodies, there are particular some places are there. The dead body must be kept there, and in that place they must be burnt, and they must be cremated. That's why he says a corpse is being cremated on its banks. On its banks, a corpse is being cremated. Where the bank of the river, which river? Bhagamati river. Bhagamati river. See, the holy, there is a river, that river is a holy river. Near the banks of the river or banks of the river, dead bodies are being cremated. Dead bodies are being burnt at the banks of that river. Here in that river, what is happening? Vikram Seth is explaining. In that river or nearby that river or bank of the river, what is happening? He wants to share with us, and he is explaining in this part or in this paragraph. See, before that, you could see the Pashupatinath temple. Pashupatinath temple. Pashupatinath temple. Pashupatinath temple at Kathmandu. At Kathmandu, there is a temple, Pashupatinath temple. It is given in your textbook, and if you want, you could see. You can see tomorrow, and it will be presented on Google Meet. So this Pashupatinath temple will be presented on Google Meet, and as well as the Bauddhanath Stupa at Kathmandu. It also will be presented with colors, because these pictures are in black and white. That's why. Anyhow, according to Hindu religious views, dead bodies should be cremated, should be burned into ashes. Here, where are they burning? They are burning at the bank of the river of Bhagamati. And in that river, washerwomen are at their work, and the children bathe. Washerwomen or washerwomen, what do they do? What is their profession? They have to wash the clothes. Since the ancient days of our India, in our Hindu religion, their profession is washing the clothes. They have to wash the clothes. That's why they should be called as washermen or washerwomen. They are busy at their work, means they are washing at the bank of the river or in that Bhagmati river. They are washing the clothes. Washerwomen are washing the clothes. And children bathe. Children also, they were also bathing. As I taught you, we should not pronounce it as bathing, we have to pronounce it as bathing. Children's, they are also bathing in that river. Three things Vikram Seth shared with us. First one is dead body is being cremated, and second one is washerwomen are they are washing the clothes, and the third one is children are bathing. And from a balcony, a basket of flowers and leaves. From balcony of the temple, Pashupatinath temple, what are they doing? A basket of flowers and leaves, old offerings now wilted. They are from a balcony, top of the house, balcony, from that balcony, basket, full basket of flowers and leaves. And they are offering flowers and leaves, and they want to drop flowers and leaves into the river, into the Bhagamathi river. They want to drop flowers as well as leaves, basket of flowers as well as basket of leaves. They want to drop into the river. They are offering those flowers and leaves to the holy river Bhagamathi. Wilted, meaning of wilted means to lose strength. To lose strength. To lose strength means here flowers and leaves, when they are dropping into the river, they are going to lose the, those flowers and leaves are losing the strength because they are dropping into that river. A small shrine half protrudes from the stone platform on the river bank. A small shrine. Shrine means a place of worship. A place of worship, that small shrine half protrudes. It protrudes half. Protrudes means to extend from. To extend from above or beyond a surface or boundary. Beyond a surface or a boundary, it extends, it comes out, protrude. For example, plant protrudes from the earth, it comes from the earth. So protrude means to extend from above or beyond a surface or boundary. From a surface or boundary, it extends. What is extending? What is coming out? What is explained here? A small shrine. Shrine means, that meaning is given in your textbook. A place of worship. That place of worship protrudes from the stone platform on the river bank. On the bank of the river, from the stone platform, half of the worship place is coming out from the surface of the water. When it emerges fully, when that worship place or when that place emerges or comes out fully, completely, what happens? The goddess inside will escape. In that worship place, the goddess, clear, they didn't give which goddess lives or which goddess is there in that temple. When that goddess escapes, when that worship temple emerges fully, the goddess who lives in that worship place, when that goddess escapes from that worship place, the evil period of the Kali Yuga will end on earth. Now, which period we are in? Now we are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. In this Kali Yuga is called evil period. When that goddess at that Pashupatinath temple, when that goddess escaped, then evil period, this Kali Yuga period will end. After this Kali Yuga period, another period also will come. According to Hindu religion, different yugas are there. Now at present Kali Yuga is going on. In that Kali Yuga evil period, and when to kill all the people, Kalki also will come. Kalki. That in that also, in this Kali Yuga, Kalki, God Kalki will come and he kills the sinners. He will kill the sinners. So in that way, Kali Yugam or Kali Yuga will end and another Yugam or another one will start. So it is a cycling process in the religion. All different yugas will start and they will rotate themselves. Their period something 3002 years or something period also there for each period. Now At the Bauddhana Stupa, next point, at the Bauddhana Stupa, the Buddhist shrine of Kathmandu, the Buddhist worship of Kathmandu, there is in contrast a sense of stillness. In that Kathmandu, that Buddhist stupa, as it was shown to you, black and white, in that Bauddhana stupa, the Buddhist shrine of Kathmandu, there is in contrast a sense of stillness. Its immense white dome is ringed by a road. Immense white dome. Here, immense means huge, gigantic, or very large. Immense means huge, gigantic, or very large white dome of Bauddhanath stupa. It can be seen by us. That also just for your understanding purpose, here it is immense or very huge Bauddhanath stupa. This is Vikram Sethi saying for us. And at the Bauddhana Stupa, the Buddhist shrine of Kathmandu, there is in contrast a sense of stillness. We could see that Bauddhana Stupa because it is a huge one and it is a white one and it is a dome, it is ringed by a road. And from the road, on the road, you could see that white dome of immense white dome of Bauddhana Stupa. We could see, you could see, the huge, gigantic, very large dome can be seen by us when we are at the road, on the road. Small shops stand on its outer edge. Out of that temple or Bauddhana Stupa, there are shops. Those shops are small shops. Many of these are owned by Tibetan immigrants. Most of the shops are, many of the shops, they are owned by Tibetan immigrants. Tibet people, they are immigrants, means the people, those who travel one place to another place and they settle in at a particular place. They go to for their livelihood, for their survival. They come from one place to another place and they settle there. It is called, they are called immigrants. Most of those small shops are owned by Tibetan immigrants. Means the people, those who came from Tibet, they settled in that place or out of the Bauddha. The felt bags, Tibetan prints, and silver jewelry can be bought here. They are Tibetan prints are there, silver jewelries are there, felt bags are there. So they also can be bought here. There are no crowds at that Bauddhana stupa. There are no crowds at that Pashupatinath temple. There are crowds, but here there are no crowds. This is a heaven of quietness in the busy streets around. Busy streets around that temple, all the streets are very, very, very busy streets. But in that temple, or at the temple, it is a quietness. It is a heaven of quietness in the busy. It is a safe place, or it is a calm place, or it is a silent place, or silent temple, or quiet temple, completely quiet temple in that busy roads. Kathmandu is vivid. VIVID. Vivid means clear. It is clear, mercenary. Mercenary means kindness. Religious, with small shrines to flower adorned. Adorned means decorated. Deities along the narrowest and busiest streets. All the streets are narrowest streets and busiest streets. In that busiest streets and narrow streets, that Kathmandu is very, very clear that it is that Kathmandu place is a kind place, religious place, and in that place there are small shrines, small worship places are there. Those small worship places are flower adorned places. Flower adorned places means flower decorated worship places are there. See here, you could see, if you go to different streets of Tenali, or if you go to streets of rural areas, if you go to somewhere else, you could see flower adorned temples at the street. Some trees are there. What are those? Neem tree or some trees are there. Those are also flower adorned trees, or flower adorned deities are there. Flower adorned, I mean flower decorated deities are there, gods are there, goddesses are there, in different streets of not only in Tenali but also different places, as well as rural areas. You could see flower adorned places. In that way, flower adorned deities. There are deities. Deities means goddesses or gods. Deities along the narrowest and busiest streets with the fruit sellers. In that road, there are fruit sellers and flute, FLUTE, flute sellers, hawkers of postcards, shop selling Western cosmetics, selling of Western cosmetics are sold in the busiest roads or narrowest roads, and flutes are sold, flowers are sold, fruits are sold, and postcards also, they are also sold. Hawkers, film rolls and chocolates. Film rolls are sold and chocolates also sold in the busiest road. Uh, and moreover, copper utensils and Nepalese antiques are also sold. Copper utensils, which are useful for our health. If you drink water with copper utensils or copper glass or in the copper utensils, it is good for health. So copper utensils are sold under Nepalese antiques. Antiques means old, old or very ancient utensils are also sold. Film songs blare out from the radio. Blare out means come loudly. From the radio, film songs are blaring out. They are coming. And car horns are also sounds are there. Bicycle bell rings are there. See, bell rings are there, radios are there, cow horns are there, stray cows are there, low questioningly at motorcycles. Vendors shout out their wares. Vendors, they are also shouting. I indulge. Indulge means satisfy. I indulge myself mindlessly. Here, Vikram Seth wants to satisfy himself mindlessly. He wants to do something. He is going to do something because by looking at all those, by observing all those narrow road and those shops and those presentations and those sounds and those film songs and for those film rolls or film songs of, coming out, blaring out from the radio, and chocolates and sounds, cycle bells, etc. When they all are heard and when they all are seen by Vikram Seth, he got satisfaction, and immediately, to satisfy his mind, to satisfy his physique, he is going to do something. What is he is going to do something? First, he bought a bar of marzipan. He bought a bar of marzipan. Marzipan means a sweet made with grated almond. A sweet made with grated almond. Marzipan. That marzipan also you learnt in your previous class. Uh, the best gift in the world, Christmas. First lesson you learned. And by of he bought a bar of marzipan, and later he bought a corn on the cob roasted in a charcoal brazier. Charcoal means, what do we call in Telugu? Boggu, charcoal. Brazier means open stove. On the open stove, there is corn on the cob. Corn. He bought, first he bought marzipan, later he bought corn and brazier on the pavement. Pavement means footpath, especially by the side of the road. If you see the road of the flyover bridge, two sides, left side and right side, there is a pavement. It is called footpath, and rubbed with salt. That corn is rubbed with salt and rubbed with chili powder, and it is rubbed with lemon. Generally, when if you want to buy corn, that corn, they are rubbed with salt, chili powder, and lemon. They are for to it gives a different taste. So, my dear students, and remaining lines and remaining lesson and remaining parts will be taught in the next part. Bye.